That is what we're judging. Purity is, how many problems do you come with?
My mother's a jerk.
You become what you think about, so I try not to think about swords all day. But it's hard. I used to write a lot of suicide jokes, because of course I did. I drank a little too hard, and that's gotta... I don't think that you just grow back, do you? I was binging from about age 17 to about age 27. So then I went back home to live with my mother.
My mother's a jerk.
It was really long, really weird story, but I met somebody on Reddit who was really lonely for a lot of really sad reasons. She was younger than me, and she had pretty advanced cancer.
Ooh.
Yeah. And she was out of a relationship, and she didn't have a job, and she was just living in this really struggling situation, and she didn't have anyone in her life. And she had connections in the voice acting industry, and I wanted to be a voice actor.
You know, people with interests, people with certain interests, are able to control things in ways that you would not believe.
And she said that she could help me get work in voice acting if I came out here and spent time with her. And, you know, she's like, I just need some friends, and I need someone in my life. She eventually wanted to date me, and that wasn't going to work for lots of reasons. So I was interested in the spiritual community out here. There was some red flags, sure, but it was just like I already had the job on the West Coast, and I already was sort of interested in trying out this area. And when I was thinking about how am I going to get out of my mom's house,
my mother's a jerk.
Immediately when I got here, who took up a very large portion of my life. I mean, I guess it's not rude to just tell the truth about her. She was living room to room, apartment to apartment with guys that she was meeting on OkCupid.
Okay.
And some of them, you know, were interested in her romantically or sexually.
You know, people with interests, people with certain interests, are able to control things in ways that you would not believe.
So we started hanging out and talking philosophy, and then started dropping acid in the woods on Wednesdays because we don't have jobs. And then I had to take care of her because she wasn't taking care of herself. She was living with dangerous people, and, you know, just not living. Like, I felt like I needed to protect her. So she was in my apartment for almost a year. The truth about her, she was living room to room, apartment to apartment with guys that she was meeting on OkCupid.
Okay.
And some of them, you know, were interested in her romantically or sexually.
You know, people with interests, people with certain interests.
That is what we're judging.